man. We are up in this thing. Choose to Create podcast, episode number 4.
Oh, we in number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
I guess I'm a little late to the party.
Yeah, man. We started literally this week.
Okay.
Tuesday? So
Okay.
this is Friday. So
Yeah.
that's like 3 days ago.
Yeah.
And you know how I am, bro. Like once I have a vision, once I have an idea, bro.
You gotta execute.
Yeah.
You gotta execute.
Yeah,
Okay.
It's like if you sit around and wait. You get like you start thinking and start second guessing yourself and you start trying to figure things out.
Yeah,
and
I know
you
the
figure out
feeling.
more things by just like doing it.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Episode 4. Choose to Create podcast. Your boy RJD here, and I'm here with the legendary.
I ain't know all that, but will be one day.
He kind of like a big deal out here. You feel me? He done did a lot of things out here in the community as far as like with this video production things, working with likes of like Grace Foods and doing the Jerk Fest and doing. Actually, that's where we met.
Yeah.
And a lot of big name artists out here he's worked with. You feel what I'm saying? So this one of the guys that's known for grinding because as you know, in South Florida, if you're a grinder, you're gonna bump into the same people everywhere.
Nah, that is true, 100%.
You know what I mean?
The network is super small. I swear to God, bro, you see the same people's faces all the time. Yeah, I know you, bro. I know you. I seen you at that event the other day, bro. I just don't remember your name, but your face locked in. Da 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 da. That's usually how it be going. But yeah, man,
That's
sure.
about, and you get that head now when you be like
Yeah.
or you be like,
Yeah.
I see you.
Yeah, from way across the field, like, yo, ain't nothing said. It's just all gestures, hand gestures, eyebrow raises, all that jazz. You feel me? Like,
Exactly.
It's crazy.
But yeah, man, I appreciate you jumping on here
Pleasure
for the
to have me
podcast,
here,
man.
bro.
You feel
Thank
what I'm
you.
saying? So, just introduce yourself. Let them know who you are, brother.
Yes, so it is Abdul Muhsin here, owner of EAM Productions, and also co-founder of ContentFactory.media group. We here right now in GP, and basically a little background on me is been freelancing for about 7 years now in film, videography, however you want to refer it to, but been doing the work for quite some time now. I started my business in 2019, and then the pandemic happened. And since then, it's just been restructuring, remodeling, growing, trying to figure out what the situation is going to be next. You know what I'm saying? How we going to pivot. And to be honest, that's how essentially me and you linked up on a stronger note. I mean, we had already had conversations beforehand about, forming an alliance and having like a group of creatives that we can all rely on and stuff like that and creating that network, that hub. But then, the pandemic came and just spread everybody out. But, only a few remain afterwards, you know what I'm saying? And that's how, Content Factory got formed and like, how, like I said, our relationship was able to brew. But, yeah, man, it's just been an interesting ride. Lately, it's just been me trying to manage a little bit of both, right? Rocking with us as Content Factory and also my business as well with EAM and trying to get that off the ground continuously and just build and build and build. But the way I see it is like your network is your net worth. So as long as I keep in contact with all the people I consider reliable and I can depend on, what I'm saying, however the situation goes, I know at the end of the day my goals are going to be met. And everybody's going to be able to eat, you know what I'm saying? And that's like the key thing right there for sure.
100%. So we're going to start from the root, man.
Let's go.
From film school, bro.
Let's go
like
with
you
it.
went to film school. Where you went to, like Barry?
Yeah, it wasn't traditionally a traditional, film school. It wasn't like an AI or anything like that. But like I definitely went to Barry University for broadcast and communication. So it's basically TV journalism.
Okay.
Stuff you see on news like Deco Drive or, any local news station or anything like that, or even sports, sports anchors and stuff like that. But basically, yeah, it was that initially got me in touch with the whole.
What made that decision to choose that major when you went to school? Like, how did you come about like making? Because that's like one of the hardest decisions when choosing like
I mean, my
what to go
dad.
to school for, you know what I mean?
I mean, my dad. He was into radio and broadcast TV and stuff like that. But I honestly got out of high school, was trying to play football, trying to go to USC, trying to get a scholarship. That didn't happen. I ain't had the best SAT scores. I ain't gonna lie to you. I was depressed for a little bit. And to be honest, I got into Barry on a whim. You know, my sister applied for me because she felt sorry for me. I was literally like eating cereal in my freaking boxes and playing video games all day on the couch, and shit was like really like getting real bad. So she just applied for me, and I got in. They gave me a scholarship in the communications program. She's like, "Hey, look, you got an acceptance letter." And I was like, okay, cool.
I'm in there like swimwear.
Yeah, I was like, all right, let's do it. I mean,
That's dope.
Yeah. So then from there, I'm there, and then it's like, you know, okay, what now? Like now I'm in college, I got this major, but I mean, like I don't really feel fulfilled or anything like that. Then you get to networking and figuring out who's who there and stuff like that. I met a couple people. One of my good friends, like my brother Eddie Sloan, and
Eddie Stone sound like a gangster.
Eddie
bro.
Sloan.
Oh, I about to say,
yeah,
Sloan.
yeah.
Okay,
Yeah. That's my
I like
dog.
Eddie Stone. That sound like a gangster. I know a couple Stones. I know a couple Stones out there.
He gangster, but you know, no, it's definitely Sloan. But yeah, I met him, and then also another homeboy of mine, Brutus, and my other homie, Sammy. And Sammy has actually got us involved with like the work study program and stuff like that there. And that was the first time I got my hands on a camera. So I was, you know, shooting for like sports and recreation, and then also all the campus events that were that were held on campus. So I did everything from basketball, tennis, volleyball, soccer. We had golf, but I didn't do golf because that was just too much. And then baseball, and that was pretty interesting. You know, it kept me on my toes. It put me ahead of my classmates because, you know, I'm as a sophomore going into a class with juniors and seniors for like technicals and stuff like that regarding cameras, and they don't know squat. But here I am in the work study program making a little change and also learning on the same equipment that we're learning. I mean, working with the same equipment that we're learning about in class. I mean, it just put me in a better tier, I guess.
You kind of jump past with a lot of things too, because like so there's a couple of things there. It's like first you didn't necessarily want to go to school for that.
Yeah.
So you didn't necessarily want to go to school for communications, and it's like you got involved with this program, right? And you started making money doing it. But did you fall in love with it at that moment? Like, was it that moment where it's like, yo, this is what I'm gonna be doing forever?
Oh,
like,
nah. It wasn't even like that epiphany moment. Like I didn't even really have that
just
breakthrough.
doing it.
I was just doing it because for one, I was like, you know, reality hits you. You know what I'm saying? You're in college. You're trying to figure out how to like, you know, survive. I mean, you're on meal plans and that stuff is like only rationed for a certain amount of time. Once you lose your points or your money on your ID card, you know what I'm saying, you're pretty much screwed unless you're making money. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of people that were in my situation at Barry, except for that core group that I mentioned, they didn't really have any funds. They were still getting care packages from their parents and stuff like that. I'm my parents are here, but and like I went to school here in Miami, and my parents are here in Miami, but in the same sense, they wasn't out here giving me mad care package and stuff like that. Like I was, and then it's not like I was really asking. I'm always one to really try to do something for myself first before I go asking. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, you know, found a way to make money, and then I was like, oh, this camera stuff is actually kind of cool. You know what I'm saying? Then I started looking up career paths and that stuff like that. Found out you can make a good living off of it, and at that point I was like, all right, well, yeah, maybe I can see myself doing this instead of being behind a desk. You know what I'm saying? This is getting me active. And on top of that, you never know where the camera takes you. You know,
that's a fact. I think it take you. If it's taking me a lot of different places, it could take you anywhere. Yeah. Man. So when did you fall in love with it? Like, was it in film school or after film school?
Well, I think I fell in love with film and just videography as a whole and cameras. I think I fell in love after I got out of college. And it was only then that I realized that, okay, this is something that I'm able to just do, in the sense of being able to produce something that is solely like me, you know what I'm saying? Like, and that this is me speaking in the sense of the person who was just coming out of college, right?
Yeah.
You know, like I was saying, like, you know, I can fully control this situation, literally not knowing what I was getting myself into. But in that instance, I mean, I guess that's where the passion kicks in, right? That's what that.
What was that project? Because I could still remember that project where I fell in love with it. It's like, yo, I went to school for audio production.
Yeah.
And my first video production class, we did a short film.
Yeah.
And like we did it together as as a class. They separated us into different groups, and like literally after like, you know, writing the whole script and doing all that stuff, shooting and editing and everything like that, and then like showing it in front of the class and joint, and like seeing the big screen.
And
that was like, once I seen it, I'm like,
oh, really?
And then people started complimenting.
Yeah,
like,
that's that. And that's it.
My teacher, she was
bigging
beautiful.
you up. Yeah,
she was beautiful.
She was beautifully bigging you up.
She was beautiful. You know, she was beautiful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And she was from Miami.
And
I was in Atlanta. And she was beautiful, right? You gotta have women to encourage you. You know what I mean? So she gave me encouragement.
Yeah.
You feel me? And she's like, "Yo, you got some skills with this right here. Like you could do your thing." Yeah. She's like, "You could do some things with that." I'm like, "For real?
Really?"
She's like, "Yo."
My dog started active listening. That boy started listening actively, bro. He was like, "Oh, okay,
all right."
Yeah.
And I actually like the process. You know what I mean? Because I like idea to reality, and I was able to see my reality at the end.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like it was like from idea to manifest. It was like you see an actual product.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
With music, you hear it.
Yeah.
But with this, you hear it and you see it.
Yeah. No, I would totally agree. It was definitely on my way out when I started realizing I had some passion for it, especially when it came to my junior year in college and my senior year in college. So my junior year, there was one project I had to do. I had to put together a 30-minute show with a 15-minute break in between.
Okay.
So I had to come up with a rundown, the script, all that, camera cues, everything that we do now for clients and stuff like that. I had to do that, but in a TV broadcast situation. So the rundown, what we would call a creative brief or a call sheet, it's like similar in a sense where it has your different blocks for times. So segment 1 is going to be from the first 10 minutes or whatever, however you want to put it. And then there's a break in between and then the next 10 minutes or however you put it. So then that's what I did. So I spent, mind you, I'm working 2 jobs and trying to manage my funds so I could make sure I could pay my outstanding balance to graduate and all type of stuff and trying to pass this course. And bro, I stayed up to like 3 in the morning or pulled an all-nighter or whatever after work to write a script for that show. And it was, I did that. And then when I presented it in class, I was the director on the show. I had some actors come in and play their roles and stuff like that, all on the spot. Nobody had a script from the day before, nothing. And the shit went smooth, bro. Like, I mean, like, people were really, like, blown away. Like, my classmates, my professor, the technical director of the studio was like, yo, Abdul, you should I don't know if you don't consider directing or being a program director or whatever, but you should consider it because, you know, you really got this down pat. I mean, down to your cues. Once you got the flow of it, like nobody looked at it before. I'm telling you, like it was just impromptu. Nobody checked it out. And the minute they saw it, it was like, oh yeah, we get this. We understand it. We understand the cues. Just let me know. I had a guy on Chiron to my right, a woman on the video switcher in front of me, and I'm sitting above them. And then I got my professor and the technical director to my right watching the monitors, and everybody's just flowing. And after I got done, they gave me some critical acclaim, and I was like, oh, snap. All right. You know, people like this. They like what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? It caused a little bit of a ruckus. And then going into my senior year, I was like the talk of the town in school. Like, you know, as far as like the whole production stuff and TV broadcast communications department. Oh, you need something shot, talk to Abdul. You know what I'm saying? And that's kind of just how it went. You know what I'm saying? And then in my final senior year, they had a choice, right? They gave you a choice, write a 10-page essay or do a short film. Of
That's
course.
easy.
I mean, no brainer, right?
You kidding me?
No brainer. Definitely going for the short film. And I did a short film on my pops. You know, his transition, because he used to work with WEDR 99 Jams for like 20 plus years from its start all the way to when it went up to corporate. And then they made a transition into the corporate realm. And then and now he's a private chef. So I did. It was called. It's called From Jams to Chef or something like that. I forgot the name of it, but basically it's a little short on him. And in doing that, definitely got some nice reviews for that. People were liking what I did, and then, bro, I just remember turning that piece in and walking out of the Garner building, Garner Hall, and walking back to my car. was a 6 to 9 class, so it's like after 9 o'clock. I'm going back to my car. It's dark, and I'm just like talking to myself, and I'm like, yo, you could do this, you know? Like this can be something you could really do, and you just got to.
That's that moment.
Yeah, you just got to produce. You just got to produce. Keep producing, no matter.
So that was that moment.
Yeah.
That film, that short film on your pops.
Yeah, that short film, and then before that, it was that first project.
That first project.
So the combination of those two, I think. Yeah.
Okay. That's good. I feel like it's always good to remember those moments because it's
I mean,
important.
to be honest, you just took me back. I ain't really thought about it in quite some time. So for you to even like bring it up like that and make me think about it, it was like, damn, okay.
Yeah, it's always a moment, bro.
I found the all spark.
Yeah, it's definitely, and it's always like that's the thing. Like we always talk about it, paid versus passion. You know what I mean? Because we end up doing a lot of paid. That goes back to like what you. Just like going through the motions of like that job,
man. Robotic,
just like going through Barry. That's like paid work. Sometimes, a lot of times, paid work is paid work. And then like in order to keep that spark, to keep that passion into the paid work, you got to do your own spec projects.
Yeah.
You know, your own spec projects or passion projects. When we say spec projects, it's basically, say for instance, we want to make a commercial for Rode, this mixing board.
Yeah.
Right. We just come up with ideas, and it's not like where we got paid to do this commercial.
Exactly.
It's just like me and you. We like, yo, let's make a commercial for this Rode, this mixing board.
Yeah.
And then we come together and we make something dope. That's what we mean when we say spec projects. I know we use a lot of film terms. And I know a lot of people may not know exactly what that means, but yeah, this is like, welcome to Choosetocreate. That's what it is. We're production guys. You know what I mean? So like that's really, really dope to know that story, man. And then like, so it's another transition because once you leave film school, for me, when I left film school, I had a reel.
Yeah.
And I had a portfolio because I was still taking pictures.
Yeah.
So I printed out a nice little portfolio, you know, I had my thing looking right.
Yeah, 1, 2, you know?
Yeah, 1, 2. And then I had my reel.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So that journey was another journey. But I want to know, like, when you left film school, did you go straight into building EAM? Was it EAM right away, or did you go straight into like working for a production agency and then you started EAM later on?
Brother, I tell you what, coming out of college, I had no clue on where to go. You know, I was lucky enough to be, I guess in a sense, pointed in the right direction by a couple of my professors. One of them was Bert Delgado, the professor who gave me all the technicals at Barry University, and then also Connie Hicks, who was also like on the more of the TV broadcasting script writing formality. She got me acquainted with all of that. And I was saying that the two of them are essentially the ones who pointed me in the right direction. Bert being the one telling me that there is money to be made in this industry.
Yeah.
And how you can do it as far as getting involved with production. And then Connie was the one as far as letting me know like how to script write, and then pointing me in the right direction of finding my mentor, who is Oscar Corral, independent filmmaker here out of Miami, Florida, and mainly out of Coral Gables, and he's got his own production company called Explica Media Solutions. So I interned with him coming out of college. So it was like cool. I'm on an internship with somebody who's really in the game, and doing something, running his own business production wise. I'm making a little money, and then, you know, after a while, I was able to prove myself to him, and he kept me on freelancing, and I've been working with him ever since, and that was back in 2015.
So you graduated in 2015?
Yeah.
All right, so you graduated 2015, and then you started interning with your mentor.
Yeah.
And you still, shout out to Oscar, man.
Yeah, yeah. No, for real. I mean, everybody.
Stop booking my dog so he could be over here more. Like, damn, every time I try, I'm like, yo, you available? Oh, yeah, I'm out here shooting my mentor.
Yeah,
shout out to the mentors, man. We need them.
Yes, we do. Yes, we
need
do.
them. So did you hunt them down? Did you like pull up on them and like,
bro,
listen, this is what's going to happen. You going to mentor me?
Bro.
I'm going to be your mentee?
Nah, I ain't pull one of yours. I ain't pull one of your cards yet, my friend. But I definitely went to that damn internship board in the colleges, right? Everybody got one of those. Walked up to that board and was looking, and then I saw it. But to be honest, Connie Hicks approached me about him first before it even made it to the boards, because she was the one that printed out all the advertisement for it. So before I even made it to the board, she came to me, pulled me to the side, and was like, "Hey, Abdul, you know," and shout out to Connie Hicks for that. You know, I noticed what you've been doing lately, and I know you have an interest in like National Geographic stuff, nature documentary style type stuff, and all that. And I want to introduce you to a friend of mine. His name is Oscar Corral. He's currently working on a project on invasive species in the Everglades and stuff like that. I really think you should reach out to him. You guys might be, you know, a good fit for each other. And I was like, oh, word? Yeah. Got the email and all that. Shot him the email. She gave me the phone number because, like I said, she pulled me to the side. I called him immediately, and then he was like, "Yeah, well, just let me know when's the best time to come by." Da, 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 da. He's like, "You got a reel? You got anything you can show me?" And I was like, "Yeah, you know, like I got something. I'm gonna figure it out, you know." And that's exactly what I did, bro. It was Art Basel week. I went straight to Art Basel, bro. Started shooting some random shit. Got a couple interviews. You know, the shutter speed was awful, so you know my band, it was mad banding and flicker in some of the footage. You know, them Canon EOS models and low light ain't the best. You know what I'm saying?
You was Rebel up.
I was actually with the 70D. Had a 70. Had a 70D.
Oh yeah. You 2015. So yeah. When I was shooting, I had the Rebel XS.
Yeah. I know that camera. Yeah, that's a while back for real. But nah, that was the first DSLR I ever touched. It was a Canon EOS 70D with the 20 with the 18. Was it 18 to 35 or 18 to 105 or some zoom lens? But it was school rented. You know what I'm saying? I went out there, shot some stuff, put it together, took it to Oscar, played it for him, and he was humble about it. I mean, like, he's like, bro, like, I understand it takes a lot coming out of college, especially having the system, meaning the educational system in the college, teach you all the things as far as scholastics goes, but when it's like real world scenarios, it's pretty much on your own. You know what I'm saying? So he saw that, but he saw the potential in me as well. And
he rocked
with me. And he rocked with me. He's like, you know, your composition is great. You can work on your colors a little bit more, and of course the banding issues is just the elements. But he's like, and your audio is key, and he was the first one to let me know that audio was like 70%.
That's why we got the mic.
You know what I'm saying? That's why we got these mics. He was like, it was like 70% of your video. You know what I'm saying? Like unless you are purposely leaving it out, there's no point in showing video without audio. You know what I'm saying? So. That's pretty much what it was. And
so when did you start EAM?
I started EAM in 2019.
2019.
Yeah, it took me 5 years to make that decision.
4.
Really, 4.
4.
Maybe 5. I call it 5.
4.
I call it 5.
Why you call it 5?
I say 5. Why? Because it was like there was no certainty after that 5th year. Like I had to take that last year to really like be like yeah. It's like you about to do a sky jump or skydive or something like that, and they open the sliding door, you looking down 14,000 feet below you, and you like, all right, I ain't no turning back now, and I'm jumping out. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Versus you jumped out on the 5th year.
I jumped out on the 5th year.
All right. Yeah. Cool. So all right, so you made that jump, right?
Yeah.
So I'm sure when you made that jump, you had an idea of like, okay, this is what it's gonna look like. This is what I want to do. This is how much money I'm gonna be making. For me, I thought I was gonna be next Hype Williams. When I left film school, I'm like, yo, I'm Hype Williams. I'm gonna get my camera. I'm going to New York. I'm gonna blow up.
Yeah.
It didn't work out like that.
Yeah. I ain't gonna lie to you. I didn't have a director in mind. All I knew is that I need to get my camera and I need to just start shooting. So the first thing was, you know, it was like I need to get my camera and all the equipment that I'm used to using in college, right? So the Steadicam with the vest and the arm and all that stuff. Not the AVC cameras, those big body cameras, but another DSLR. So I was thinking that I was going Canon. Let me go get another Canon 70D or something like that, or you know what I'm saying, and whatever audio equipment I want. But I wasn't really thinking about audio.
You were thinking about like gear and just like,
yeah. Not even shooting. Lights. Yeah, just shooting. Getting the camera and just shooting.
Did he have something that you wanted to shoot? What genre you?
I didn't have any idea when I wanted to shoot. I was like, let me stick to sports though, since I've already been shooting that. Okay. So let me try to find some sports scenarios. Actually, when I got out of college, I was like, shoot, let me try to work for the Miami Heat. You know what I'm saying? And get a camera gig and work for the Miami Heat or the Marlins or something like that. I mean, I could do that easily. Then I went to go and applying for like 3 years straight. Realized that shit ain't easy to get into because it's just like it's a small network, niche market. And on top of that, those people hold on those jobs for years.
Yeah.
Once you're in there, you're in there. You know what I'm saying? And it's like those people don't want to give it up at all. Even when they damn near 60 years old and still lugging all that weight and their knees are bad and their back is bad, they ain't gonna give it up because they don't want to. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it's just like there's no. It's sad because it doesn't allow the new generation or the next ones up. And that's a chance.
And that gives another reason why we do what we do with Choosetocreate.
Exactly. Just coming out of college, basically, I was trying to figure out a path, right? So I understood that I needed my gear. I had to get a camera and just start shooting immediately. But as far as career paths go, like getting the camera and shooting immediately was for EAM. I came up with it early in the EAM Productions in college. When we started getting into the video storytelling stuff, and I didn't want to just say directed by or you know what I'm saying. I was already thinking about having my own production company, so that's how the name started. EAM is basically like a mantra, right? Early bird gets the worm. A being the first letter in my name, M being the first letter in my last name. So like, that's essentially what EAM stands for. So coming out, I was like, all right, if I don't get the job with the Heat, I got to get a camera and start shooting. But where am I gonna get the money from? I got to start making some bread. So I got into retail. I was working at Old Navy for a little bit.
How that EAM? I want to see how that. What was that first job? What was that first paid EAM job, bro?
That first paid EAM job.
How did you get into like what genre was you doing EAM? Cause like, all right, so like with me, the first thing. So I wanted to do music videos, and I was doing a bunch of music videos for free.
I mean, that's why I did so much free work. I can't even remember the first paycheck I got.
Like the first paid job was actually event photography.
Yeah.
And my auntie was like, "Oh, you got a camera? You take pictures." Like, I'm a movie maker. Take no pictures. I was taking pictures too, but I was doing like branding shoots, like photo shoots.
Yeah.
You feel me? You talking about like birthday party. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I like, you know what?
You know what actually?
To pay me?
You know what actually?
What it was?
I think it might have been Jerkfest.
Oh, word?
Like I said, I haven't seen like a lot of the work I've done, freelance work I've done. It was all paid directly to my name. It wasn't paid to EAM. So I think that first official one may have been Jerkfest, if I'm not mistaken. And it was just recording the cook-off competition in the Publix tent. Because
that's where we met up.
Yeah, that's where we met up. Yeah, because Publix is a sponsor for the Great Jamaican Jerks Festival, so it's like they have their own cook-off tent, and that's exactly where I saw you and David. You and David was shuffling in and out of that tent.
Now I'm over here shooting.
I'm like, who that is over there?
Bro on the camera, black man. Black man on the camera. Okay.
Yeah. So
I'm in your way. I don't want to be in your way. I don't want to be in your shot. I got that forehead, boy. I don't want the forehead to be in the shot, man.
Nah, you was good, bro. You was good. But yeah, I think that might have been the first paid gig.
So, all right. So you got that paid gig with Jerkfest. Did you think about just doing like event video production type thing? That's the direction you was gonna take EAM, or were you just kind of like going with whatever job kind of came?
Honestly,
where were you? Were you like more of like, okay, I'm going in this lane and this is what I'm doing, or were you like, man, whatever's paying, man, we on that?
To be honest, it was whatever's paying, because it was just like I was trying to get as much experience and exposure as possible and build up a certain credibility, that allowed me to be able to venture into different niches and markets and stuff like that, and then also help me find out what I like to create the most. You know what I'm saying? So like in those early stages, it was just basically trial and error. So when I got that first paid gig for Jerkfest, I was like, okay.
That was 2017, right?
Yeah, something
2016. Like, no, that was 2000. I met you in 2017.
Yeah, it might have been 17.
Yeah, I met Raul in 2017 too.
No, you met him in 18 or 19.
No, 2000. I met him in 2017, but he was like 15.
Yeah, that was the first experience
Yeah, I
with him.
shot, I shot a commercial. He was in it. I
Yeah.
shot a commercial for a school. He was there. All that. He was in it and everything.
Yeah, shout out to Raul, youngest in charge.
Yeah, you understand?
Yeah.
So that 2017, I met him that year, and I met you that year at the Jerk Fest.
Little did you know you was finding gems, bro.
Yeah. And years later that we'd be working together. It's crazy, right?
Yeah. Nah, it is. But yeah, I mean, you know, now I ain't gonna lie to you, I'm a little more centered. I remember having that question being asked and proposed to me of, you know, what's your target audience? Who's your niche market you want to focus on? Mm-hmm. And it was on that call. It was on the Choosetocreate call. The woman, the young lady, I forgot, running for
mayor. We had Melissa.
Was it mayor?
And commissioner
Or something like that.
Melissa Dunn.
Melissa Dunn. Yeah. She proposed a question and nobody wanted to answer. I was just like, whatever. I guess I'll answer. I don't even know what my target audience is, but I guess I'll be the guinea pig for everybody else. You know what I'm saying? So I just jumped the gun and just be like, I mean, I'll try to answer the question. And bro, I had no clue.
Yeah, that was a good session. That was after the pandemic, though, right?
It was. Well, you know, the pandemic ain't really over.
Yeah, that was during the.
But
pandemic.
it was definitely during the pandemic.
That was like June.
Yeah,
2020.
it was definitely during the pandemic, and it was crazy because I was sitting there like I took acting classes in college. So the first rule they tell you is never be afraid of making an ass of yourself. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, you won't really know until you try.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I answered that, when I took it upon myself to say, yo, let me be the guinea pig, that's what I was thinking about. I took myself back to those days. Yeah. And I was just like, all right, cool. You know, I might have made an ass of myself, but at least I know what to do now. I didn't have an answer. And she was like, well, maybe you need to figure out who your target audience is from age range, and then also understand the type of market you want to be in. And then once you do that, then come back to me. And I was like, all right, cool. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't like, you know, I would have never known that. I would have never known it was something I needed to improve on unless I just put myself in the forefront and say, all right, let me just, you know what I'm saying?
Okay.
So
okay. That's what it is. So let's jump into if that was 2020. You feel what I'm saying? So let's jump into 2019 because we bumped into each other 2017 Jerk Fest. I see you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I see you, boy. I see that boy. Your work. Let me stop fucking with him. Like, you know me, bro. I'm always like, that's how I am.
Yeah, you a sociable kind of guy, man. You Mr. RJ talks so much, but you know how to say the right things. You know what I'm saying?
I just be
gab. You know.
You know what I mean? So that was 2017, and then I seen you at the other Jerk Fest. That was 2018 and 2019.
Yeah, we seen each other like 3 times before we actually talked to each other.
And then 2019, I was like, yo,
what's up?
Bruh, I think we was in Miramar. I think Jerk Fest.
Miramar, moved to Miramar, yeah.
I like, oh, we gotta chop it up. And your sister was there too.
Yeah,
I was like, yo, we gotta do
yeah.
something. You know what I mean? And we was talking like that 2019. Little did we know the whole world was gonna be shut down. The following year.
Like literally, we actually got the meeting started.
Yeah.
We were here at GP. Meeting up,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying, right there behind us in the area and stuff like that. We had groups of people coming out. It started off as 10, then it got to 20, then it got to like 30.
Choosetocreate,
and then the pandemic happened, and then it was just like, yeesh.
Yeah, so that was February, and then so like when that happened, right? I was like, I was still coming here,
yeah,
and I was like, man, I ain't know what to do, so I was just like working. When I'm nervous, I just work.
Yeah. You don't even know what you're working on sometimes. You just be trying to stay productive.
Yeah, that's how I deal with stress.
Yeah.
Stressed out. I don't know what to do. I'm gonna stick to what I know best, and that's hustling.
Yeah.
You feel me? So I'm gonna just stick to the hustle, and it's gonna figure itself out. So that's what I was doing. I was like, you know what? Out of the 20 people out of this group, who do I feel like there's possibility that we make like a good team together, like a good synergy, whatever like that. So out of that 20, I was like, maybe there's 7 right here. So it was like 7, including me, was 8. And then so I sent an invite to 8 people. I think like 6 people hopped on the call, including me. Me, you, it was a bunch of people, 6. And out of that 6, I was like, yo, who in there working? Ain't nobody working. It's like, what's up? Y'all down to shoot? I was like, I got an idea. I don't know if you remember this idea.
I definitely remember the idea. Because I was like, yo, word.
Tripping.
We got to start back from like freaking bare knuckles, bro.
Yeah, so I was like, this is what we gonna do. Because Dr. Tasha, she had hit me up and I got the idea from her. And I was like, yo, we gonna show up. I got 5 businesses that we could show up on, right? And we gonna show up in there and film for an hour, 2 hours, and they gonna give us $50 a day.
Boy.
$50 for that time period. And we gonna do one in the morning and one in the afternoon.
That was
so
rough.
That way at least phone bills is getting paid. Food is getting we could buy some food.
Yeah.
Some Burger King.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Dollar menu, boy.
Yeah. Lunch special.
Yeah, the lunch special, boy. Them $5 plates, boy.
You know what I mean? That's all I was thinking. Like, how
Lunch
can we
spot.
maintain long enough to like one, that's just maintaining, and two, it allows us to build as a team, and then we get to do market research with business owners and understand their pain points.
Nah, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So it's like it's an opportunity to build a team and to understand, do market research, and just like get by in the meantime,
Bro, and I had no clue what market research was, or you know what I'm saying, what we would have gotten out of the situation or anything like that. I was just so stuck on the fact that, damn, we gonna be doing this work for $50. I was stuck on that shit.
It was $50, but we had to split that.
We had to split the $50, yes.
So the 50 is getting split.
Yes.
So it's really $25.
It's $25, bro. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's not, you ain't getting the whole 50.
We was, and that's what it was, bro. And to be honest, I thank you, bro, for humbling me in that sense, bro. Because for real, like, you know how this journey is. You do so much free work. You finally get to a point where it's not so degrading anymore, and then pandemics happens, and then now you're back to the degraded point. You know what I'm saying? Now you're back to feeling like a peon. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, damn, bro, I put some years in there, some blood, sweat, and tears, and now I got to start all over. But I think that's the whole point of this whole journey, right? Is being an entrepreneur and just being human in general, right? You fall down 10 times, you get back up 11. You know, you just got to keep it moving. You got to keep just staying persistent and consistent. And I mean, it's been the testament so far.
Yeah, and just being willing. Like, I appreciate you even being willing to do that, because you got to understand, like me, I take really good pictures.
Yeah,
like that's what I do. But when it comes to actually like cinematography, and editing, that's not my strongest suit. I just know how to, like, I'm a conceptual person. I'm good at like acting, like coming up with figuring out the issue, and then coming up with like concepts that could probably help.
No, for sure.
You feel what I'm saying? So like that's like
concept-driven solutions. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that. You gotta.
Hey, bro, I'm gonna have to start charging you, bro.
I'm putting that in the. You're gonna see that on the website. You're gonna see that on the website.
Concept-driven solutions.
Yeah, we putting that on the website for sure.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna update that this weekend for real. But nah, like that's what it was, and it's like you wouldn't be able to do that unless we had a cinematographer, a top level cinematographer, and I already knew like your cinematography skill set was like on another level.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, I knew your skill set was like,
and I'm still trying to transition more into that role as a cinematographer. You know what I'm saying? Because there is a difference between. For y'all who don't know, there's a difference between the videographer and the cinematographer. The videographer shoots as is. So this shot that you're seeing of us, this 2 shot right now, this is what videographers do. They take in the ambient situation that is provided to them and they just run with it. Unlike a cinematographer sets the scene. You know what I'm saying? They control. They try their best to control the situation to
the mood
to its full extent. You know what I'm saying? So they'll bring in lights. They'll cut off these house lights. You know what I'm saying? They'll bring in their own audio and stuff like that. They'll bring in color gels and RGB LEDs and set the moods and tones.
Have shot lists.
You know what I'm saying? Have a shot list. Different props to input in a scene for a specific tone or message or whatever. That's what cinematographers do. So I'm trying to really transition into that role and not just be the videographer anymore.
But that's why, you know, that's the thing. Like with me, I'm like, I see that and I'm like, yo, that's what you is. Bro.
Yeah, nah.
And I know your framing. I know your composition.
Thank
I know
you.
your like you gotta have certain things. Like I could see certain things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So
No,
it's like
certain
you
technicals.
gotta,
Yeah.
like just like, you know what I mean. That's why I'm like, yo, well, nah. It's like you cinematographer. Like what like, what are we doing? Like, you know what I mean?
for sure. And it, like it's just practicing that muscle, you know, and flexing it. You know what I'm saying? The more you do it, the better you get at it. Cause like I ain't gonna lie to you, there's times where an idea will spur in my mind, and I could come up with a shot list in less than, 30 minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like, and it's just like it's almost like a freestyle. You know what I'm saying? How the verses just kind of just come out based off the mood the beat give you.
Yeah.
So it's like for me, it's like the idea is the beat, and then the words is the words on print, and then in this sense, it's just technical cues. You know what I'm saying? But
and then that right there just allow us. So like once you have a shot list, now you have something prepared for production day.
Yes,
so
sir.
now once we get on production, we could give cues. We know exactly. We have a shot list that we're going through.
yeah,
You feel what I'm saying? So it's important to know like what we're shooting before the camera is actually turned on.
exactly.
You know what I mean? In photography, I do the same thing. I have a shot list, or I write it down, but I know exactly how I'm gonna
Attack the situation. Yeah.
Sometimes I'm in situations I may not know what's going on. So a lot of times when I go to events, I show up early and I just be in the zone.
Yeah.
I just be watching. I just be walking around.
Yeah.
And I'm in the zone. A lot of times they be like,
What are you doing?
yeah.
Yeah, like
It's like just
ease
give
yourself.
me a minute.
Ease yourself.
I gotta,
you
like,
ain't give me no
yeah.
briefing, so I gotta come up with something.
Yeah,
now.
you gotta allow me to develop a story and
Yeah,
how can I tell this story through images?
Yeah.
So I have to do that. It won't take long, but it could take me 10, 30 minutes. And I need that time to be able to develop the story. You
Yep.
know what I'm saying? So like that's the main thing. So like once we got into like and then you believing in us. For
Yeah.
real.
Yeah, nah.
That was a big step. Like you was like, okay,
Bro,
I don't really know, but we gonna roll.
Bruh, I mean, if you ask anybody that know me, like really know me, I mean, I got Freddie here right here to my right, and she know me, like, you know what I'm saying? Like I always thought of myself as not being a role model, because I just knew that I didn't take my own advice. You know what I'm saying? I was never really somebody who was just like, you know what I'm saying? Like really like dedicated in that sense. So why would I try to advise or mentor somebody else if I'm not even following my own directions? You know what I'm saying? But I mean, at the end of the day, life is just a give and take. You learn as you go. Not everything is gonna make sense. I think at this point in my life, I think it's supposed to be that way. Not everything is supposed to make sense.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But I was nervous because I was like, damn, I gotta teach people like the game, and I'm like, I don't even know
Yeah,
if I'm
Raul.
and then I was just so much worried about you because you had some exposure to it, but then Raul being fresh. I mean, like he
was still in school.
He was still in high school, you know, and I'm like, bro,
yeah.
like I got this impressionable mind on my hands, like this shit can go south real quick.
Yeah, and I already told. I was like, yo, like on our first production, I was like, yo, Raul, see that dude over there? Just go over there and just ask him mad questions. He's smart as shit. I just left.
And you just disappeared. Left that man with a buoy in the middle of the ocean. Got a donut hole and he's just floating like, wait.
That was his first production.
Yeah, that really was
That
in
was
this room
that
too.
was-
Yeah.
in this room.
Yeah.
Dr. Tasha was here. All that.
Dropped the camera in his hand like,
Yeah.
yo, I heard you was
That
out
was
here
first.
trying to be part of this production. What's up?
Yeah, that was the first production.
You know what I'm
And
saying?
then like everything like led, and then we started working together, and he started editing. So like all the stuff that we was then shooting, because then I even had to start doing video. I don't really do video, but I was figuring it out. You know what I mean? And then you were shooting, so me and you would go out in the field and shoot, and then he was the one that's actually editing, because it was only three of us. It was me, you, and Raul that was willing to do that. And at the time, we was calling ourselves Quarantine Media Group.
Yeah, Quarantine Media Group.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then we did that for like 6 months, Quarantine Media Group. And then like, you remember I was drawing on a paper and drawing like that.
Bro, I
and
still got the
had that
notes.
meeting.
I still got the notes.
I was like, yo, like you pulled up on my lady. You came through to my girl house.
Yeah,
and I was like,
yeah.
yo, we was in the backyard and joint, and I had a couple of like drawings. I had a couple like
Bro,
ideas.
you had
like
you
that.
had a bunch of chicken scratch that only you could understand. You had to break it down to me, help it make sense for me, so I can help it make sense for you. You know what I'm saying? And then next thing you know, all that got transcribed, and like I got like 3 pages in my notes right now to this day on my phone, dated and everything with a timestamp and everything. You know what I'm saying? That'll never leave, bro. I'm gonna leave that right there. It's like a constant reminder of where we started.
And that was Content Factory.
And that was Content Factory, that foundation.
Yeah.
From
that
Quarantine
document.
Media Group to Content Factory, like polish and refine to Content Factory Media Group. Yeah.
So that's how we started. And then like that niche was just broad still. It was business.
Yeah, it was just businesses, small businesses.
And we knew the main thing was that we was stressed out.
Yeah.
And we just we wanted to help other businesses not feel like that.
Yeah. We wanted to help other businesses not feel like that, but we was trying to really keep afloat. You know what I'm saying? Because we knew that we weren't a production house yet. You know what I'm saying? We were still considered individuals, and it was just like we knew that we were the first to go. So we were like, you know, let's not be that. Let's not be those guys at the bottom of the totem pole that are on their way out. Like, let's survive this shit. So, and we've been surviving, bro.
Yeah. And that was 2020 October 20, or we started Quarantine Media Group, I believe, in September 2020, and or August 2020, because we about September 2020. And then we formulated all the game plans. We put together all the documents based off of our market research that we did in Quarantine Media Group, right?
Exactly.
Based off of everything that we shot, based off all of the feedback that all the business owners gave us. Some was good, some was bad. Some really loved our work, some really hated it. And we was able to take all of that information and then really create that Quarantine Media Group. And then from there, we just kept growing and refining everything. So like from there, from like being just us 3, and now it's like literally like 12 members. Like for real.
For real?
It's 12. So
I
we
ain't
got
gonna lie to you,
everything
man. That's crazy. That's crazy. And I'm surprised right now because even though I'm still like co-founder here, I still be kind of on with EAM. I'm still trying to build that, so I be a little distant from time to time. But I ain't really realized how much we've grown like that. You know what I'm saying? I am just a phone call away, but in the instance of being on the intricacies and stuff like that, I'm like, whoa. So, okay. 12
members. We bringing in a new member this weekend that's just going to be strictly doing video editing.
Okay.
And I already told him earlier, like, yo, you don't need to touch the camera. You doing the camera stuff, you do that on your own time. I only need you to edit.
Yeah, we got enough shooters. Sorry, should have been here in the beginning.
Exactly.
But man, it's been amazing. I ain't gonna lie. So far, it's been really good, and I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged, and it's encouraging to know that we got a central network that we can rely on. You know what I'm saying? With this whole group and the whole Choosetocreate program, bro. Hats off to you. You always said, I gotta be more. I gotta do more, you know what I'm saying, and I won't feel right unless everybody eat. I still remember those words, bruh. And you've been always trying to figure out a way to give back. So I mean, whatever I can do to help in doing that, you know what I'm saying. And we aligned in that sense.
And we already we did it. So with 2019, that was my best year as a photographer. I did like 60 that year, and then like 2020, that joint went all the way down to like Zero Century with De Niro. That was a learning year. To like basically invest into like being able to give some value to our businesses that work with us. And then 2021, which was last year, we was able. I just talked to the accountant. We was able to hit 6 figures.
Oh, word. Okay.
Facts. And then like on the contracting side, like literally like payment side, bro. We paid out. Like. You know what I mean?
Yeah. We met the metrics.
We paid out a good 60% of that.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Cool.
So it's like and it's still a learning process.
Yeah,
you get what I'm saying? We're
yeah.
still figuring things out.
Yeah.
As far as like on the business side, but like with the actual content and the value that we was able to bring, because we have numbers that show that the way that we was able to build a strategy and create the right content and seeing these businesses grow. Like we just helped a few different businesses hit some like high numbers.
Yeah, I mean,
so
that's
now
awesome.
it's like, yo, we have a system that works. We have a method that works. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I want to ask you this though. So from like not having a clear a clear like niche or like direction of like where you wanted to go with everything, where would you say that like that transition, like where would you say like from start to where you are now, where like what you're doing and everything like that, what are some of the what would you say is like one of the three things that you've noticed as far as like the development? What are those three things?
The transition from not knowing what my target audience is and everything like that to having a sense of direction.
Beginning with EAM back in 2000. What is that? 19.
Yeah.
You know, 2017, 2019 to like basically 2020 to like now.
Yeah. Okay. The three things that I've learned on that journey, or this journey rather, thus far is accountability, vulnerability, and strategy. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because the strategy promotes all three of them ultimately play into that one basket that is structure. You know what I'm saying? And my main thing lately has been trying to get more structure in my life and also in my business. You know what I'm saying? For quite some time, it was very haphazard. You know, YOLO. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know, just kind of just going with the wind type of thing. You know, everything easy breezy, cool. You know what I'm saying? But after a while, you realize, damn, that's a lot of time wasted. Not in the sense of not being able to learn, because really in that sense, there's really no time that's really wasted. You learn from every mistakes, you know what I'm saying? You learn. I'm even able to say that now because I've learned, you know what I'm saying? So, but I just wish there was more purposeful time being spent on things that I knew I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? So
I feel that. And then right now I want to ask you another real question too, is like that advice you will give for the Abdul that left film school.
Oh man,
in 2015, the advice that you will give to, now when I say that Abdul, we're talking to anybody that want to start a production company, anybody that's already have started this production company, that's already out here doing their thing. But basically, the best way to kind of like put it is like, what's that advice you give to that filmmaker that just graduated from film school, which is you, back in 2015?
Yeah.
Like, what is those three pieces of advice you would give that person?
The same three pieces or rather the same three attributes I just explained to you that I've learned, you know, from that journey up until now. Be vulnerable, you know, hold yourself accountable, and strategize. And then the last thing is, don't do it by yourself.
Facts.
Like, keep those three qualities, and then find people with the same like-mindedness as you, and incorporate those three things amongst those people. And if you're able to do that, I promise you, things will go a lot smoother than when you're not able to do it. Because if you're one by yourself with a by yourself mentality and a structureless mentality, then trying to find out what you're gonna do next and how you gonna survive in this game, it's damn near impossible. But yeah, that's the advice I definitely have to give to the next generation: is be vulnerable, hold yourself accountable, strategize, and do so with like-minded individuals who can help build you up. You know what I'm saying? Not energy vampires who out here blood sucking the life away out of people. Watch out for them people. You know what I'm saying?
What is an energy what is the example of someone that's an energy vampire? If you ever bumped into one, like what does what does that look like? What is because we could say
what it looked like.
What does that feel like,
bro? I was about to say that's the right question.
Like?
What it look like don't really matter.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They come in all shapes and sizes. You know what I'm saying? But what it feel like, now that's what it matters.
Yeah.
If you know around energy vampire, when the first thing you do is either sigh or roll your eyes the moment this person's name is brought up, or the moment this person's name shows up on your caller ID, or the minute you're in the room and everybody's good and then this person walks in, that's how you know you got an energy vampire around you.
But what caused that person to get to that level of like what is
understanding
an example of like what is that like so say for instance for me,
Yeah.
an energy vampire for me is someone when you're doing something,
Yeah.
you have to grow. You have, of course, you developing, you growing, and they just be like, oh yeah, that's dated, or oh, you should be working with them. You know, they doing big things.
Oh
yeah,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
yeah.
And it's like you ain't give me the plug.
Yeah. And you ain't
or why you shooting with that? Man,
yeah,
buy me the gear.
energy
Buy me the
vampires.
gear.
Yeah.
Or give me the plan.
Yeah, nah.
or put me on.
Nah, definitely. Energy vampires are.
Why you just knocking my thing down?
Yeah.
I'm doing it.
Yeah, nah, that's definitely one example for sure of an energy vampire. Someone who's got all these opinions and no solution, or not willing to offer any solution or whatsoever. You know what I'm saying? I think another example would possibly be you just mentioned the idea killer without providing the solution, but then there's also the what's the word I'm looking for? The supporter, the quote unquote supporter. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, man. I mean, that's amazing. Yeah. I mean, that's fire, bro. Like, for real, it's fire. Yeah, man, that's fire, bro. Like, it's so amazing. Hold on, I'll be right back, bro. I'm about to run to the bathroom. Call up the homie. Yo, I got this lick right now, dog. We can hit this dude over the head right now. This nigga ain't got no clue. You know what I'm saying? If it's not that, that's scary. If it's not that, it's the other.
Yeah.
Tarnishing your name out in the public, you know what I'm saying? Trying to make you seem like you untrustworthy, unreliable, you know what I'm saying? Just trying to just defame you altogether.
Or belittle you.
Or try to make you
And someone told me one time that like, yo, confidence is contagious.
Oh yeah.
So confidence, it builds. Once a real person with confidence step into the room, everybody have confidence.
Yeah. Nah, for real.
Everybody
I've had those
confidence.
experiences, yeah.
But like, there's people that put on a
facade,
of being confident.
Yeah.
And then when you're around them, you notice that you're not truly yourself.
Yeah.
And like you notice that you feel like,
bro, listen, I've been that person for sure.
Like, and I don't feel small around nobody, but when I start feeling like I can't be RJ,
yeah,
and this person is supposed to be confident, I know it's fake.
I mean, bro,
it's not real confidence.
I was that person for a while, like putting on the facade, certain bravado, making it seem like everything was cool. I'm Mr. Confident, and inside just suffering silently. You know what I'm saying? Like, and after a while, it just really put me in a space where it was just like I couldn't do nothing right. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't think positively. You know what I'm saying? And especially as an entrepreneur, that's kind of like one of the main things you got to do. It's like you got to stay positive.
You
because
have to.
It's like if you ain't willing to die for this, you know what I'm saying? Shoot. Up until recently, I told myself, yeah, I'm willing to die for this. You know what I'm saying?
It's a dream.
It's a dream. I'm willing to die.
It's a dream. You gotta be willing. You gotta be willing to wake up and chase that.
Yeah. You know? Like for a while though, I wasn't able to say that. For a good, like I've been doing this for 7 years. For a good like half of that, I was not saying, I'm finna die for this. Like what? Like, you know what I'm saying? I just find something else to do. Yeah. But nah, like I can't see myself doing anything else.
Yeah, nah,
like, I'm in it 100%. Ain't no plan B.
Yeah.
Ain't no plan B.
Yeah, nah,
ain't no plan B.
Ain't no plan B. That's how
I mean, some people might look at you and say, yeah, that's a little reckless. I mean, but
yeah, ain't no plan B.
I truly believe that, I mean, there's constant proof all around me that it can work.
Yeah.
You just gotta want it. So I'm just trying to want it more.
And faith and fear can't be in the same room anymore.
Exactly.
Like, it's either you're gonna make a choice to be afraid, and yeah, I'm afraid of a majority of the things that I'm chasing every day. You know what I mean? But faith trumped that.
Yeah.
So I just believe that, okay, I gotta be a reason why I'm up in this thing, man.
Yeah.
He done gave me these visions, and he done gave me all of this stuff. It got me spinning around in circles trying to, I gotta get it out.
Yeah, you gotta get it out.
I gotta get it out, man. I gotta write it down. I gotta figure it out, man. I gotta like process this thought and like make it into something where I could actually like tell somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Nah,
I could be like,
for
yo,
real.
this is what I was trying to like get out. Like, yo, what you think about this? And, like,
Yeah. Yeah, nah, definitely. I mean, dude, it's a lot to think about when you think about it. Because it's like, damn, it's like you got to compartmentalize all your personal issues, set that aside, and then have the business person step in and be like, yo, all right, I get you going through this. Right now, you need to be this in order to get this done.
Yeah.
And understanding that and trying to balance that and level it out mentally, it's just a lot. You know what I'm saying? And lately, mental health has been getting its light in the room. You feel me? Not everybody's so like nonchalant about it. You know what I'm saying? It's getting more attention and it's being shown more importance and stuff like that. And that's cool. But I mean, it's been going on for quite some time. A lot of people go through it and don't even talk about it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
100%.
And I know as an
100%.
entrepreneur, it's like the cornerstone.
100%.
Mental health is like the key factor in this and deciding factor in whether or not you're gonna make it through this or not.
Yeah. And that's what Choosetocreate is here for too.
Yeah.
So that way no creative is alone.
Yeah.
A lot of time when you spend alone, that's the reason why everything that usually I move on or do is really just to keep myself alive. Literally. Like
Keep my spirit alive.
Like as a fact, like a lot of times they be thinking like I'm up all the time. Like I do things just to stay alive, literally.
Yeah.
Like this is like an actual thing. Like you feel what I'm saying?
No,
and like
for sure.
it's not like, you know what I mean? So that's why I say like none of this would be working if or like I wouldn't be able to like move like this if it wasn't for like you, Raul, you know what I mean? But like definitely with you, it's like you gave me some like soil to like grow on. You feel me? Like it wasn't like you took you shunned my idea or just like, oh nah, like you know what I mean? Like you gave me like the encouragement. You know what I mean? You gave me the belief, like you believed in me. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like, dang, like, all right, cool. Like, shoot, Ab believe in it. You feel what I'm saying? And if Ab believe in it, man, that's all I need. Like I'm gonna rock with it now. You feel what I'm saying? Like I don't really need. Like now we gonna make it happen. Like it's got to happen. You feel what I'm saying? Because like my bros believe in it. You feel what I'm saying? And it's like at least like a lot of times, like even like with doing this podcast, it's like like a lot of times I'm not the best at articulating a lot of things. Yeah. And like you're really good at it. Yeah. And it's like that's why I be learning a lot from being around you. Like it's like I could start like explaining myself a lot more better. I'm getting a little bit better. I don't know if y'all think I'm doing good yet.
Listen,
but
this guy, his gift of gab is on a whole nother level now. He went from a street talker to indoors, four walls talker, if you catch my drift. This man could be outside on the block. Hey, yo. And they come inside. Oh, yeah, what are your quarterly metrics, for your firm and stuff like that? Like what are your KPIs, key performance indicators and all that, so we can help provide a profitable solution for you, Like,
exactly. You already know. We had a couple meetings this morning.
Yeah, exactly. So, but yeah, man, I mean, that's what it's all about, right?
Yeah.
I mean, like, what allowed me to like really believe in you is just the passion that you had. Like, I could see in your eyes, bro. Like, I hear the tigers, bro. You was in it. Like, you was like, I'm like, dog, who is RJD and where the hell did he come from? Like, what planet are you from, bro? You just showed up out of nowhere with all this damn energy, and you was just like, yo, what's up? I'm trying to get the X-Men together. I'm like, X-Men, bro? What are you talking about? Like, what is this man on? And like, but after a while, I was just like, you know what? I needed that. You know what I'm saying? I needed somebody to bring in that life. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, you know what? I was at a point, like I said, like I was in that rut for a while. So I guess when you came around, it was just a right time, you know what I'm saying, for me to like start opening my mind up to something different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And I definitely was able to see that in you. And I was like, you know what, this is that opportunity for me to be different. So therefore, let me help you. You know what I'm saying, in whatever way I can. And it wasn't like we all got a bullshit radar.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was like, my shit ain't blinking.
Yeah.
When it came to you know what I'm saying? Nothing was like flashing red or nothing like that.
Yeah.
And I was just like, you know what? I mean, what's the worst that can happen? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just get screwed over in a city that's known for screwing over people. That's a given. You know what I'm saying? So it's just
happens.
You know what I'm
When
saying?
you have good hearts, it happens.
Yeah.
You feel me? And that's another thing we got in common, that heart.
Yeah.
That good heart, good intention.
Yeah,
so
bro.
that's like, you know what I mean, having that good heart. You feel what I'm saying? But like, real talk, man, I appreciate you jumping on the podcast.
Hey,
with me,
man. Pleasure
real talk
to
you
be
feel
here,
what I'm
dog.
saying?
Just
Just like always.
Hey, listen,
that boy always be like,
listen,
oh, all right, I'm
this
there.
man here full of surprises. He told me, yo, he called me, yo, you gonna be able to come through Friday for, a podcast? I'm thinking I'm gonna have to shoot some stuff. Nah. This man got me on camera. This man got me articulating and talking and giving out stories and being vulnerable. This man give me no game plan. I show up. We got official mics and Shure mics and Rode preamp mixers and you know what I'm saying. And I'm like, oh, well, what kind of vibe you was on? I know now. I'm like, shoot. But nah, thank you for having me, man. I'm really happy to be a part of something like this. And yeah, man, it's been a great talk, man. Looking to do more.
Yes, sir.
So you guys stay tuned. Peace.
Hey, Choosetocreate, man. Appreciate y'all. Peace.